we're going to jump over to Celsius Network, which is probably the closest comparison to what Voyager is doing. Now, the Celsius token does work a little bit differently, and Celsius is a lending platform rather than a brokerage offering cryptocurrencies to trade, but their tokenomics are pretty similar. And Celsius Network is also very transparent and in the spotlight, which Voyager is starting to do, which does help parabolic growth. So here we are on Celsius website, and you can see interest rates are higher on Celsius. Now what I'm really looking at is down at the bottom, and this is what I'm talking about transparency. This is regularly updated. They have 8,200,000,000 in loans processed. Celsius is a lending service, and you earn interest on the assets that they can earn interest on. So if they can lend these cryptocurrencies out, they will pay you interest on them. What Celsius does better than any other lending platform, they pay out 80% of the profits back to the users. Unbank yourself. The banks could do this for you, but they like to give this back to the shareholders and pad their own pockets. Don't think that banks don't make over 8% on your money. They're making well over that. Celsius is just giving it back to the users. So with this much in loans processed, with over 373,000 users, total community assets of over 6 billion, they are the biggest lending platform in this space. CEL Token, which is their token. It is a utility token, also a security token, which one thing that makes Celsius token more valuable, and the reason it pumped when a lot of other coins were going down, is the fact that they are regulatory compliant with the SEC. The ability to do this in the United States is pretty tough, and they follow all the regulations first and have a more worldwide reach. Voyager really started in the United States, and soon to add Europe and Canada, and more countries as they can. But we are only US in Voyager right now. Just think when more countries start getting involved, the millions of more users that can be acquired. And what can the CEL token do? You can get even higher earn rewards if you choose to earn in CEL. So if you lend Bitcoin and choose to get paid out in CEL, you will receive 30% more rewards. But unfortunately, in the United States, because of regulatory reasons, you can't earn in CEL. So you can only earn in like-kind. Meaning, if you deposit Bitcoin, you get Bitcoin in interest. If you deposit Ethereum, Ethereum interest. So the only way for US residents to get CEL token is something like Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, and transfer over to CEL, and then you can earn like-kind in CEL. So on top of that, they still have the top interest rates on most coins of any lending platform, and their loans are the lowest interest rate on the loans. Outside of big institutions, the little guy like us that can take loans does have to over-collateralize their loans. So if you lend Bitcoin and you want to take out currency and transfer that into USD, you need to over-collateralize that. And the more you over-collateralize that, the cheaper interest rate you get. And holding CEL does lower your interest rate as well. Now let's go over to the charts and show you what Celsius Network has done and how Voyager is coming up right behind them and doing pretty much the same thing. A couple things different. Voyager doesn't lend. The platforms themselves are different, but the tokenomics are pretty similar, the closest that I could find. Now personally, I think we are right here where this $5 mark is on Celsius. That's where I think we are in Voyager right now. I still think we have this to go short term when this news comes out on the new tokenomics. Now, be ready. Usually with anything, it's sell the news. Even if it's good news, there will probably be a pullback after the news. But just look at this. Just 90 days ago, we were a little under $2, and I've been in the market a lot longer than most people. I was back here looking at this and thinking, wow, the tokenomics are pretty good. I probably should get some Celsius, and I never did it. And then I watched it go up to around $1, $1.30, and I'm thinking, oh, it's out of my price range now. And here we are still sitting at almost $5. Now, Celsius is the number 27 ranked coin, so it's pretty high in market cap, over $1 billion, coming up on $2 billion in market cap, with a circulating supply of over 383 million. Another thing Celsius does is they do give tokens out to their team every time price targets are hit. There was one at $3 and one at $5 recently. But their team is on a 3-year lockup period from when they get the tokens. So they cannot dump those on the market. Another thing stating strong tokenomics. And also with Celsius, when they have to pay out that CEL in like kind or Celsius token to the people outside of the United States that want to earn in CEL, they have to buy that back from the open market. So that drives the demand up as they have to go in every single week and purchase more CEL to pay back their depositors on the platform. Now, I still do believe that Celsius will climb and it will be a top 20 coin. I also think that Voyager has potential to get close to the top 20, if not in the top 20 as well, depending on the tokenomic structure that comes out. Now, Alex Mashinsky, who is the CEO and founder of Celsius Network, does one thing very well. He promotes the heck out of Celsius. He has a weekly AMA every Friday, as well as multiple YouTube videos throughout the week, and is a guest on many different channels. Voyager is coming up behind them, doing the same thing, and they saw the Celsius model and realized it worked and they want to do it as well. And another shameless plug. With Celsius, if you use my referral link, or anyone else's for that matter, and you deposit $200 of any cryptocurrency they support, you will get $20 in free Bitcoin. Still not too bad of a bonus. And Celsius does do multiple current user promo codes throughout the time too. If you watch their weekly AMAs, sometimes a new promo code will come when they need more deposited in a certain asset. All things driving the price. And like I've said, the regulatory clarity behind Celsius keeps their price pretty stable and mostly on an upswing rather than going down. So as you might think, Voyager price isn't too far behind Celsius, with a lot less users. But with as many users as you can see coming, especially going into Europe and Canada in the near future, and many ways to build an entire ecosystem on Voyager, I think it could have more potential than Celsius.